Hello friends, welcome back to Programming Fields. I'm Umesh Rana and today I came up with 6th part in Laravel Ajax CRUD series. In the last video, we have implemented the functionality to re-render the data table after adding a new to-do without reloading this entire page. And thereafter, we had implemented the select and select all functionality in order to perform mark as completed for the selected to-dos. But today we will be implementing this bulk delete operation, and after deleting the to-dos from the database, this data table should be refreshed without reloading the entire page along with this count. However, we already implemented the single delete functionality. So let's continue with the bulk delete functionality. So I have navigated to VS Code editor. So at the very first step, we will have to create bulk delete functionality. So inside this index blade file, we already added this bulk delete button. So I will simply copy this ID, and here in this script.js, after this, I will add bulk delete function. Okay, and here I will add hash bulk delete btn dot on click function. Okay. And inside this bulk delete, I will have to capture the selected to-dos ID. That means when we will select all these to-do through this select all checkbox, then based on the selected rows, we will have to capture the selected to-dos ID. Okay, so let's capture this. So that we already added for mark as completed. So I will simply copy this, and here we will add to do checkbox check.h function, and here based on this selected checkbox, this will push the selected to do's ID in this array. Alright, and thereafter we will have to perform Ajax call. So we will write $.ajax URL. So URL will be to do's / bulk delete, and thereafter we will have to define type. So this time we will use post request again, because we are going to perform bulk delete operations, and we will have to pass data, and inside this we will pass selected to do IDs. So inside this we will pass this selected to do IDs array, and after that we will have to create success function. So we will write success function, and inside this we will capture this response, and same thing we will have to write for error function. So we will write error. Okay, now in the next step, we will have to define this route endpoint inside this web.php. So let's switch to web.php, and after this post request, again we will have to create one route as route : post, and here we will add that endpoint, and this will call our to do controller : class, and here we will define one function name as bulk delete. Alright, and we can add named route, so we will add to-dos.bulk delete. Now let's copy this function name and switch back to controller, and here we will have to define this function. So we will give function name as bulk delete. Okay, and we will receive Ajax request, and here we will define function name as public function bulk delete, and here we will receive request object. Alright, now we will add one if condition. If we have request to do IDs, because we have passed data in to do IDs key, so we will add this condition. If request has to do IDs, then we will use to do model wherein function again. That will be helpful to perform bulk delete if we have data in the form of array, and we have the primary field as ID, and we are receiving IDs in the form of array, and this is coming inside to do IDs. So we will write to do IDs, and we will use model eloquent delete function, so we can write delete. Alright, and here we will capture this response, and thereafter we will add one if condition. If we have the success response, that means if to-dos are deleted, then we will return success. So I will simply copy this and add it here, and I will remove this. Let's change this message to to-dos deleted successfully. Alright, same thing for else part. We will have to define status field unable to delete to-dos, and one more else we will have to define. If we don't have to do IDs in the request, then we will write no to-dos found. This is correct. Alright, so from this controller we have returned the JSON response. Now we will have to capture that in Ajax response. So let's add one condition. If response dot status triple equals success, that means if the selected to-dos are deleted, then we will fire sweet alert. So we can simply copy this one, and here we will add it. Let's change this title to success, and instead of this text, we will capture the dynamic message that is coming from the controller itself. So we will write response.message. This is done. Now before firing this sweet alert, we will have to delete the row from this data table as well. Alright, so for that we will capture the selected row using this for each function. Okay, so I will add this for each function again, and here we will have to remove row from the data table instance. Then we can see we already created this data table instance. Alright, so we will use this one, and here we will write DataTable dot row, and inside this row we will pass the current selected row. So I will use $this because we are getting this selected to do checkbox. I will pass $this here, and I will use this parents function provided by jQuery, and we have to target the parent tr. Alright, because we are iterating this selected checkbox only, and this checkbox is available inside this table tr. Alright, so we will capture this parents tr because we have to remove the selected tr from the table, and then we will use this remove function, and after removing we will refresh the data table. So we will call this draw function. Alright, so if we will get success response, then this will remove the selected rows from the data table. Thereafter it will fire the sweet alert. Now we have to capture the error response as well. So for error we will copy this error and here we will paste it. One more thing, if the to-dos are not deleted, then for else part we will pass the dynamic message as response.message, and here let's change this message as unable to delete to-dos. Okay, so let's save and let's come back to the browser. Let's refresh this application. Let's try to delete these two to-dos. So I have selected this first and second. Now let's click on delete. So yes, to-dos deleted, and those selected to-dos are removed from this data table as well, and even the counts are updated as well. Yes. Now let's try to delete another to-do as this 11th. Okay, click on delete. Yes, and after deleting this selected to-dos, we have to again hide these buttons. Okay, so let's add that. So let's copy these two lines, and here after this success of to-do deletion, I will add these two lines. Save it. Now let's check it again. Now I will delete this to-do testing to-do. Let's click on delete. Yes, so after deleting this to-do, these buttons are hidden again. Congratulations on completing our in-depth tutorial on mastering Laravel Ajax CRUD operations. We have covered a lot of ground, from setting up your Laravel project to implementing each CRUD operations seamlessly with Ajax. So let's quickly recap the key concept we have explored in this series. So in the create section, we learned how to create forms for data input, validate user inputs in Laravel, and handle Ajax requests for smooth data submission. Moving on to the read section, we have explored fetching data from the database, displaying it dynamically, and implementing paginations for an improved user experience. In the update section, we tackled the process of updating existing data, pre-populating forms, and handling Ajax requests to edit records. Also, we have implemented the delete section. The delete section shows us how to implement a secure delete functionality, confirming actions with sweet alert, and handling Ajax request for data deletion. As we enhanced our CRUD operations, we discussed the importance of error handling. We also optimized our code for better performance, followed best practices to ensure secure and efficient CRUD operations. In conclusion, mastering Laravel Ajax CRUD operations open a world of possibilities for creating dynamic and responsive web applications. Before I wrap up, I encourage you to practice what you have learned, try implementing CRUD operations in your own projects, and explore additional features and optimizations. If you have any questions or face challenges, don't hesitate to reach out in the comment below. I'm here to help you. So thanks for joining us in this Ajax CRUD series. If you found it helpful, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more content, and stay tuned for upcoming tutorials for more Laravel and other exciting web development tutorials. Until then, happy coding.